Alright. Back to Danganronpa 2. This feels like it's going to be a short trial because it feels like we're already figuring out, like, the who of this case. We just have to figure out the hows. And I think I have an idea as to the why now. We think that Nagito really did commit suicide, but to do so in such a brutal fashion. I think I know what his motives were, but let's see how this continues to play out. We just figured out how Nagito stabbed himself with a spear.
Ridiculous. In the middle of the air?
Yeah, he suspended it above the girder with a cable. And then once he was in position, he just let go of the cable.
Nagito did that all by himself. Did he have some sort of ESP?
No.
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support. He hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Right, hence the blood stain on the girder.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder.
Mm-hmm.
It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then this is for real?
I think so.
Really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end.
Damn.
Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Oh my god.
Did he need to go that far?
Maybe he felt he had to. I think...
That's beyond crazy! Why would he do that to himself?
I think I know.
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer.
No, I think it's the exact opposite. Again, he wanted us to believe that none of us were capable of doing that.
His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez, now I'm starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimate his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I'd forgotten all about it until now. But wait, maybe that is true, because what was he planning on rigging up with that poison in his... What was that all about? If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right?
That is true. What? Unless somehow he thought his death would expose the traitor in some way as well.
Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other, and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
That should be okay, right?
Is that it? Is that really all there is to it?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Nah, let's hear it. I mean, I sort of understand that what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
Is
What
it?
do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You're right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh?
I have a feeling we're gonna go towards something like what we saw in the first game. Like a
That
choice
means
that we
we're
gotta
done
make.
with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No! Hold on a sec.
Oh. Okay, I guess we don't have a choice whether to...
Hold on. Why?
This does seem like it was... This trial would have felt a little short.
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true,
Maybe,
but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death. And it's something even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Is it a piece of evidence that... Something related to Nagito's death. Piece of oh, there we go. Piece of evidence he couldn't have tampered with. I have a feeling it's...
Crap!
No. Damn it. Is it... Lonnie's notebook? Something related to his death that he couldn't have... that he didn't mess with. Was it...
Crap!
No. Damn it. That's not it, is it? Some evidence he couldn't mess with. I'm trying to look for something that he didn't really have access to. But I'm just kind of guessing. Though these don't really seem related to his death.
I see!
Oh, was that it?
Is it about
Maybe it-
the Monokuma file?
Hold on, because I've lost so much. What I do is...
You're gonna...
Okay, that's what... Okay, the reason what made me think of this is... I think it would tip me off with this was the time of death, but... At least that's what...
I see!
Thinking of.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
Body was discovered in the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, and yeah, there are lacerations and things like that. The suspicious part of the file that Chiaki's worried about is... What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Oh no, this is this again. Okay. Wait. Oh my god! How on earth? Are you supposed to... This is ridiculous. I turned the action down all the way, didn't I? H's.
I got it!
Okay.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
That's true. It did not lose their spear stab in his stomach. There are multiple stab wounds. It didn't really specify though. Although we've been fooled by that before in the Monokuma files, where they were pretty vague on what actually killed the person, trying to throw us for a loop a little bit.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was the cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma?
That, or...
I plead the fifth!
Uh-huh.
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
I think I'm starting to get it.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place!
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but...
I think I know how...
it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
Oh boy.
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Huh?
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations. And that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice!
This is getting... Now this is starting to get
I
weird.
see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
I agree.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're
Can't
doing
argue
it,
with you,
there's
but-
no way I'm gonna back out.
That's a spirit.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now.
Again, I'm suspecting... I don't know, maybe I'm trying to see some good in Nagito. That this is what he was going for.
That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you. Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. Absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. And the situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. Probably overthinking. Given the twisted way Nagito's mind works, though, I'm not sure. Oh, now the intermission?
No, no!
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was going to start, but... Well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was going to happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out, too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's just get along like you always do. When did you ever get along? Alright, you passed! Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Monami and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough, why do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad! Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know. We aren't even friends in the first place. Then as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live in a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demands for that. I fell for it. I totally took the man bait.
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now. Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this?
Okay.
In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
So.
Other possibilities.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hands, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
Overlooked,
Then let's
huh?
bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly. We should cooperate at a time like this.
A fatal wound that wasn't the spear. We don't even know if it actually exists, but if it does, we need to find out what it is no matter what. I think I have an idea.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds,
I think he took the poison.
maybe he simply bled to death.
That is possible, though,
There's
too.
no way he burned to death.
No.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
If it's something that can't be seen, maybe he choked himself with a sleeper hold.
What? How?
Or
How?
liquefied his guts with a body blow.
Okay, Akane.
Thinking about it, that's already a horrible death.
Real pause. Is there something I overlooked?
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his... It's not the other wound. With all those wounds, maybe he simply...
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
I agree with that. That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
Yeah, I was thinking if he did all that to himself, he might have taken it in order to keep from suffering too long with like those kind of wounds.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What does that mean?
But, even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
I have a feeling he had it hidden on the duct tape.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
Again, she goes with that.
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding.
Or
It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
I can think of a couple
Are there any left?
possibilities.
Hell no! No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear!
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
Maybe? Let's take another look. Highly potent, takes effect immediately, handle with care. Volatility is low. This liquid's very dangerous when evaporated, when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it's heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes, and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it's possible you've poisoned someone to death without any complications. Keep liquid secure by storing in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from... I know how he did it. I know how he did it. Nagito, you cheeky bastard. The way the poison entered Nagito's body, the answer's written on the warning label. You should think carefully and try to remember it. tricky ones. Oh, okay. What state was the poison in when it affected Nagito? Gas. Yep. Oh, come on. How did the poison enter his body? Through his nose, like any gas. He simply breathed it in. Oh, that was it? Just two of them?
It's all coming together! What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
It's highly potent and takes effect immediately. It's very dangerous when vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if the poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
Two reasons. I should be able to explain that.
I see! The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
In a gaseous state, it's heavier than air. Yep. It breaks down in minutes and it's acceptable to hydrolysis. So it's possible to poison someone to death without any complications.
Of course! Hydrolysis! The chemical bonds that formed the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers!
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning.
Wait a sec. If this is going where I think it does, is this gonna... Oh my god, is this gonna change the outcome of... Oh, I'm not liking this, folks.
The wounds on his body,
I'm not
the spear in
liking
his stomach,
this.
it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right, all the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
Well, but...
What? There's still more?
I mean, not all the mysteries have been solved yet. In the end, Nagito's motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? Is that really okay?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is this really okay? Can we really finish this here? No, that can't be.
There might have been an accomplice.
Huh?
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, the thing that would have been left behind is the meat on the bone. That's from chapter 1. The container.
I see!
Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
Oh, but we saw a few.
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
Keep it storing in a cool place in a glass or plastic container, away from sunlight.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
Not
That
quite.
is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just too...
We were all accomplices, albeit unwittingly.
Like, does that really matter all that much?
It might, depending on how Monokuma wants to judge us.
I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right! You're totally right! That's totally it!
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt anyone. Hurt anymore. By hurting someone else. Everyone's tired. Tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I want to just rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt. But
That's no good.
I think Hajime's realizing it.
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh?
I'm being haunted.
The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing. And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
Oh, now he... What's his feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what Akane said just now might be a new clue. From there, I might be able to reach the answer. The way Nagito brought the poison, which means the thing he used as a container was... Here we go. Oh god, I hate these Hangman's Gambits, though. But I do know what to look for. Here come all the... oh, damn. Now the reason for why the fire was started in the first place becomes clear.
Huh?
The fire grenades! Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse.
Remember, I think it was Akane that said there was other fire extinguishing stuff there, but it was all removed, thus ensuring that we would use the fire grenades.
It can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
Bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yeah, that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but... the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
Ah.
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Hajime. Could it be?
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
That's
Seriously?
what that thing
That's
is.
impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
Okay, Kazu, whatever you
Sonia's words
say.
are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
Huh?
A round, thin piece of aluminum paper that we found in Nagito's room.
Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
No, that is not just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
So what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in, and died, right? So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide! Enough already!
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
Uh-oh, she's figured it out.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
Huh?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
The horrifying truth?
It probably happened at the same time.
The moment the fire grenades were brought, the moment he breathed in the poison were the same. When we threw the grenades in.
I see!
Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
Are we gonna try to say that was the real killer?
What the heck?
But that's not even...
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
That's... Is
Hold
this...
on a sec. Then Nagito was...
If he planned for this...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
Did he plan all of this just to fuck with us? Now is the point where I'm starting to doubt him.
You said so yourself! You said Nagito committed suicide!
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Man, I have no idea where it's gonna go from here, but... Jesus.
Do you know?
Does
Who
she?
prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
I thought it was Nagito himself, wasn't it? Or did the killer plant that in his room? Oh wait. I thought it was Nagito, right?
It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poisoned grenade?
The person who set the fire was Nagito.
I see!
That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
So that somebody would throw the poisoned grenade. To make someone throw the poison.
I see!
Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison, creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito.
Oh, wow, this is taken such a turn. But I think I'll call it, and next time we'll continue to the last phase of this trial, which I think we're approaching. See you guys later.
I'm playing a game.